Good. So, Jessica, tell us a little bit about you. I know I introduced your business title, but tell us who you are, what you do, just a little bit about yourself.
Yeah, well, I'm Jessica. I am a radical money coach. I live in Windsor, Ontario, Canada, and I call myself a radical money coach because the way that I teach women about money, about becoming rich from the inside out and feeling free, regardless of any external circumstances, is really not mainstream. Like I literally go against the fundamentals of the way traditional money has been taught. Because really, what I've discovered is that what we've been taught about money, for the most part, it's all a lie. And it's not serving our growth and our expansion. And I'm sure we'll get into that a little bit more with some of these questions you ask me. But yeah, that's who I am. That's what I do. And that's where I am.
Beautiful. And I just wanted to say as well, Jessica rewrote The Science of Getting Rich and she made it for women. So if anybody loves this book is really, really wonderful. And if you would like it to be updated for women, you can actually get it on Amazon, right, Jessica?
Oh, yeah, like I updated it and annotated it specifically for women because when I was reading it, just the language, it was obviously written for men at a time when men held the money. And I wondered what energetic shift it would have if I was reading it with language that spoke directly to my soul, with she and her and woman. And although it's a subtle shift, a subtle difference, energetically, it's profound. The feedback I've gotten has been incredible.
Beautiful. I'm definitely getting my copy. So, Jessica, what was happening for you when we met for the first time, and what inspired you to join us?
Yeah, so before I came into your world, Ava, my business was growing every year, but it was growing slowly,
Mhm.
ever so slowly. And I just could not figure out what it was that I needed or that could support me to really have more of a leap, a quantum jump in my business.
Yeah.
And when I discovered you, it was an intuitive thing.
Mhm.
You know, I had been studying universal laws with the book, The Science of Getting Rich, and something just clicked when I went to your master class and you were talking about the creative process and the mind and the subconscious mind and all of these things. And I just knew there was an inner knowing that this was it. This is what I needed to learn more about. This was going to be part of my quantum leap, my next jump.
Love that. So you had the knowing. You're very intuitive, right? You just know things. You pay
Mm.
attention. Yeah, beautiful. So Jessica, what are some of your biggest wins so far? I mean, it's only been what, 2 months? 2, 3 months?
I I will never forget the day. It was Saturday, May 25th, when
Amazing.
I made the decision. I made the big investment, and it was one of those decisions of magnitude. I call them decisions of magnitude. And there was just this knowing that this was going to be it. And after that big decision, what happened was incredible. It was really beyond what I even expected. You know, that was May 25th. In June, I tripled my income. My business just
1 month.
skyrocketed
1 month.
in
Incredible.
in one in 1 month. It was absolutely spectacular. In fact, in 2 weeks, I recouped the total investment
Oh,
of TIR. And I was on the highest high. It was magical. It was miraculous. It was spectacular. And I know it was a lot of it had to do with making this big decision of magnitude, which, yes, kind of scared me. I'm not going to lie. You just never know, especially when you've made investments in the past and things didn't necessarily pan out the way I had expected them to. Um,
Yeah.
And then to see how it all unfolded, how everything just started clicking with, the lessons, everything I was learning, the new routines I was implementing, everything was supporting this growth and expansion in my business. And within 1 month, I felt like I broke through this glass ceiling, if you will, in my business, where I was just incrementally growing, and then boom, it just happened. I was like, I
Correct.
know it had to do with joining TIR. I know it had to do with making this decision of magnitude. It was so exciting.
Yeah. I love your language. Decision of magnitude. It is because you really stepped into what your future self would do, and you did what maybe the present self would be afraid, but your future self would definitely do. And the universe responds to that energy, right? Beautiful.
And, and here's the thing, Ava, is that intuitively I knew I wanted it. I desired to be in it. But when I look in my bank account, when I looked in, what I had available to me, any credit lines I had, the money was not there for me to do what I wanted to do, which was pay in full. Of course, I wanted to get the bonus 3 extra months. Why not, right? Um, but I believe that where there is a will, there is a way.
Yeah.
And so I did not allow the fact that I didn't have the money lying around in my savings accounts deter me. I started brainstorming all the ways in which I could make this happen. And within 48 hours, because the master class is 5 days, by Wednesday, I knew that I wanted to do this. And so between Wednesday and Friday, I was brainstorming, how am I going to make this happen? How can I come up with the money? Please, universe, support me. If this is meant to be, show me the way. And within 48 hours, by that Friday, I had discovered and secured the money to make the decision. And I truly believe that where there is a will, there is a way. If you really desire something, you can make it happen.
Yeah. Love it. Now, what's a benefit? Because we both teach people money and consciousness and mindset. What's the benefit of a coach like you hiring coach like me?
Oh my gosh. It's everything. I mean, you look at very successful people, athletes, um, anyone who's really successful, and they have a coach, they have a mentor, they have someone guiding them along the way, someone pointing out their blind spots. You cannot become so masterful on your own without guidance, coaches, mentors. It's everything. It's absolutely everything. I don't know one successful person who has not had a mentor or a coach or a guide along the way.
True, true. Best coaches have coaches, right? Because we also have
That's
blind
it.
spots and we don't see them sometimes. So I know it's early stage. I mean, it's only like a couple of months, but have you noticed changes within you as your identity? How have you shifted so far? Because it's always like there is external change, but we also change inside, right? And that's what's projected on the outside world. What would you say is the biggest difference?
So the biggest difference for me is two things. It's my conscious awareness of myself, about how I think,
Yeah,
about how I feel, and about how I behave. And it's all connected. There would be times in the past where I would wake up and for some reason I was just feeling down. I was having a blue day,
yeah,
and it would take me through my whole day and I was just feeling I don't have those days anymore.
of
I
course.
wake up, I am excited for my day. I feel good. And I truly believe it's always all about the feelings. Like it's the
Yeah.
feelings we truly desire. And so I wake up, I feel good, I'm excited. And I go throughout my day, and because I feel good, I feel happy, I feel joyful, I feel peaceful.
Mhm.
I attract different experiences and conditions and circumstances that align with that,
Yeah.
instead of having these blue days or these down days and feeling depressed or defeated.
Yeah. I've seen some of your reels. They're so much fun. It's like you're fully self-expressed. So good. You know the
Thank
reel where you
you.
spray the
Thank you.
perfume on you with wealth,
Oh,
or when you're celebrating your women. Ah, love them. Love them.
Those are the best ones where they're divinely inspired. They're not where I'm sitting down and thinking, oh, what am I going to talk about? It's like, I
Yes,
should share this. Those are
yes.
the best ones.
And that energy is really projecting. I'm watching this and I'm like, she's having so much fun running her business. This is amazing. The energy is contagious. It's actually so wonderful to see. And
Oh, good.
so the moment when you were making decisions, so I know that money was in the way. Was there anything in terms of mind that was trying to pull you away from this decision? And if there was, how did you get over it?
Well, there's always that little nagging, fear or doubt or uncertainty that says, like, what if this is just like the last times you invested money and you
Yeah,
didn't get what you expected? And this time you've got more on the line because I was borrowing essentially the money, and I had agreed to pay this back by a certain amount of time. And if it wasn't going to happen, then it was not going to be good. And so I could let that voice get stronger and I could let it lead me, or I could say, this is not coming from my future self or my higher self. This is just, this is my shadow. This is fear. And I can't let this steer the ship because it's never going to bring me to my next level of
yeah,
growth, wealth, and prosperity. So I had to lean into my intuition, my higher self, the end, like you teach us, making decisions from the end. That is so genius. It's powerful.
yeah,
And when we do that, everything seems to fall into place. It really is an
yeah.
exact science.
And it's not like, you worked harder, right? It's you shifted the radio station. The minute you made that decision, you shifted radio station, you got inspired ideas, right? And then the money came, right?
Yeah, it's so true. And it it almost seems too good to be true or too easy,
Mhm.
but it it really is true. It really is true. I just want to say to anyone who's watching who, is on the fence and they're, thinking about making this big leap, this decision of magnitude, I just want to let you know that when you are making a decision from a place of power and you are aligned to your truth, which is you are infinite spiritual being, which is that your desires are your destiny, and there's a reason why you dream of more, because you're meant to have more. Making a decision of magnitude in this program with Ava as the leader, you can't go wrong. And if I may, Ava, I've never had a chance to say this to you because we've just never had the opportunity. But for me, it's very important that when I invest in a coach or a mentor, I truly feel that they care and that their heart is in it. And I just want to tell you, like, I feel that so much for you, from you. And it's so important for me to know that you you care about all of us in the program. You care about me. My results matter to you. It's not just a transactional thing. Like, you are invested in me as much as I'm invested in you. And I'm so grateful for the way you show up, for you always answer people's questions and you keep going until they get the answer. Like, that is so important. And I just want to say thank you for showing up with all of your heart and just pouring so much into us. I truly appreciate it. You are great. You are world class.
My pleasure. Listen, you know yourself. My clients' results are the best reward. You were actually sharing last week, right? How your clients' results and your clients' breakthrough are this is what gives you the power. This is what gives you so much joy in the business. It's the same with me, right? So that's why I really want you guys to succeed and I'm there for you all the time. So you actually mentioned something that many people deal with. They do many courses, they don't see much
Mhm.
results, and then they're stepping here and oh my God, what if this is going to be another one? What would you say is the biggest change that you've noticed between all the courses that you did in the past? How is this different? How is this like, I just would love to give our participants a little bit of comfort. Oh, this is what's different between the courses I did and this one.
Yeah. Well, for me, the way I saw this as it was literally an exact science,
Mm.
with combining the science of getting rich and Bob Proctor's methodology and the whole lineage, before Bob, leading up to Bob, and then you obviously carrying the torch. It's an exact science, and failure is impossible. When you really study this material and you integrate it, you can't fail. You cannot fail. It is an exact science, and it made so much sense to my logical brain. And then obviously it's all about the subconscious mind, which then is about, the reprogramming. So I thought to myself, oh my gosh, like this just makes so much sense. Like it literally clicked for me. There was no wishy-washy ambiguity. I wonder if, no, it was like, aha, clarity. Like I saw it all. Like, okay, this is what needs to happen.
Mhm.
And can I do this? Am I willing to do this? And the answer was yes and yes.
Of course. Listen, you're changing lives. Amazing. Actually, many clients reported that they really enjoy the structure behind it. Like it's a step-by-step process, right? A plus B equals C, kind of like Science of Getting Rich, but it just gives you these steps. This is what you do in order to earn more money, attract ideal clients, fulfill your dreams. I kind of love that myself, and I love that about Science of Getting Rich as well.
Yeah, they go so perfectly together. TIR, like you said, it has the steps, which is really clear and very tangible.
Yeah. So I think you mentioned a little bit already, but I just wanted to ask you, we actually have quite a lot of participants watching you right now, making their decision. Today is the day of magnitude decisions, decisions of magnitude. And we know how it is. Sometimes the mind tries to pull us away, sometimes circumstances. And what would be your tips how to make this the best decision for themselves and their goals?
Hmm. Well, you really have to go inward, and you have to ask yourself, is my time now? Is my someday now? Because we're all going to the same place. We're all rising up into greater levels of, success and wealth and prosperity. You're going to get there eventually, but why wait? Why take time? If you're excited about the idea of doing this now, if you come alive thinking about being in a program where you're surrounded with so much support and other women and men on the same journey, there's a reason for that. Like your inner guidance is pulling you towards that. It's calling you forward. Why wait? Why put it off? You know,
Yeah.
we're just getting older. I mean, time's going by so fast. Why wait? Your someday could be now. Your time could be now.
Mm.
So you could do it now, or you can put it off and maybe be 5 years older, have a little bit less energy. Like there's no time like now.
Mhm.
So I say, go for it.
Mm.
If in fact you are feeling that pull from within.
I love that. We actually had a client who used to do exercise guided meditation during her interview, and she would say, "Just imagine yourself. You have a fork on the road. Just imagine yourself 3, 6, 12 months from now. You're going to do TIR. 3, 6 months from now, you don't do TIR. Which one feels like excitement, expansion?" That's your guidance system telling you do it. And what you said is so profound. There is no time like now. We make the time. There is never a good time. Many people think, oh, next month, next year. No, we decide and then everything works out. So we hope that this inspired you guys. I'm certainly inspired. I'm definitely getting Jessica's book. So, Science of Getting Rich for Women. Is that the title? Okay, great.
Yeah, that's it.
Amazon.com. And I'm definitely getting that. Science of Getting Rich is a beautiful book anyway, in the original form, but I love that you've updated it to be more current and more up to date for women. I'm definitely going to check it out and get myself inspired and fired up. So thank you so much, Jessica. Guys, if this inspires you, The link is in the description of this video. Make sure that you make the decision that your future self will be grateful for. So 6-12 months from now, you look back and you're like, great, I did the right thing, and you fulfilled your dreams. So thank you so much, Jessica.
Thank you, Ava.